I just think this fucks it up for a lot of people. I don't know if you, like, because we know this stuff is going to be coming to like retirement accounts and like your everyday
It
brokerage.
already is, man. Fidelity I think they
Oh, it's already
just started. I got an email that said Bitcoin Ethereum ready to trade. And I had a homie, his dad was like, as soon as I can buy it on Fidelity, I'm in. So I don't know.
So, I mean, but that sentiment, when this type of shit happens and you see how much money was lost, bro, tens of millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars, it's just like, fuck. I just think it keeps people from trying to enter in the space because it just seems like it's too corrupt, and B, it's just like, this is wild, wild west territory. I'm like,
Exactly.
I'm just going to lose money just because. And then you kind of break it down. Like I saw people talking about on Twitter, like breaking down like who the founder of FTX is. You know,
he's
just
this
like
kid. He looks like he's like
exactly. It's just like you guys are putting all this money in the hands of like some 30-year-old kid that's like working from the Bahamas. Like, you know what I mean? It's just kind of random. Like, same with like the Vitalik dude, the Ethereum guy. It's like these are like great minds, sure, but I mean these are just young people that are getting put in some really like otherworldly positions.
Mm-hmm.
This is a lot of money that these people are handling.
Oh no, he's 30, man. I think 30 is when you should know better. You know,
it's like you got to use a little bit of common sense, or at least take some risk factor off a little bit. You know what I mean?
They're over borrowing. They're getting greedy.
People leverage with crypto. I didn't know that people leverage with crypto, meaning like they borrow,
which is like slot machines, bro. Super lotto.
Like going into debt to do it though. Like going into debt in order. That's like taking a loan and going to Vegas. Why on earth?
Yes, it's like taking a loan and saying, I'm putting it all on black. I'm going to win.
Why on earth?
And then you know you're going to get fucked.
But it has to happen. You know, the people that...
And they let them do it, though.
Yeah.
Like our Ian Dunlap, shout out Master Investor. He said these banks let these crypto companies who had a little success do their thing, let them over leverage. They get kneecaps, and they say, hey, we'll take it off your hands. We'll take any assets you got. We'll take all your infrastructure. Cool, we'll take it. Because they already know it's the future. They're just getting all the bullshit out the way. They're letting these guys build themselves up, get fucked, and then they can go in and just, hey, now Chase owns Coinbase. And
but what do you think about my point? Like, respond to what I was saying about, like, if you have these types of situations, we already saw what happened with Terra Luna. That was earlier this year, wasn't it? That was this year. Yeah. So same year, billions of dollars lost in crypto projects that are like, quote unquote, like safe projects. You know,
top 10 project.
Yeah, exactly. These are certified, verified. All this time, people are just losing money. Like this is like fake money. People don't even know it. They're just constantly investing. We invest in crypto. This is I guess the disclaimer. Like we're not choosing or having preferences or anything like that. We're just talking about the topic. But if we were to lose money, I mean, I'm not that into it. Financially, like I don't have that much into it, so I'm not that at stake, but I would still be kind of pissed if I lost that much money. Like what do you think about like the future outlook of it? Is this going to stop people from trying to get into it, you think?
I think it is, and I think that's why there's a case for regulation. I think once things are more regulated, that's the problem, because people got into crypto regulated because they don't like regulation. Governments, I guess, SEC, whatever the SEC equivalent is in another country. But they're probably going to have more rules and laws and regulations.
That's another thing is like these are like international companies. The Bahamas is not considered the United States territory. That's one,
yeah,
right?
It's probably going to have to be like, if you don't follow our rules, you can't have a sector in America. You can't have a Binance US, or you can't have a...
Yeah, Binance, that's international, isn't it?
US, or like... Yeah, but they have like...
Bitcoin
they have like
is
the Binance US... They have a US version, and then they have like an international version.
Well, like the founding companies, aren't the founding companies like offshore though?
Yeah.
Like I know for a fact FTX is.
Yeah.
Because they were saying that.
So it's probably gonna be like, you can't operate in our jurisdiction. You can't offer products to our companies without following certain guidelines. It's probably what's gonna happen.
Yeah, they're just gonna take the money though.
People have a problem with that because it's just gonna be like they have centralized control over. The banks are just gonna get control of crypto for the most part, and it's just gonna be the same shit. It's gonna be like, then what's the point of crypto? We might as well just be buying stocks with fiat. What's the point of crypto?
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get rich. So if regulation leads to more people buying crypto, which means, but what really needs to happen is DeFi needs to get easier to use. All the problems will be solved. Like same thing, we do need regulation for centralized exchanges. Don't get me wrong. But crypto's still the Wild West in the sense that DeFi. How are you gonna regulate DeFi? How are you gonna regulate a dude operating an exchange, a DeFi exchange in the Bahamas, and it's DeFi? I mean, people can just access it anywhere in the world. It's not, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like a corporation per se. It's like a decentralized little internet site.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they're ever going to regulate. So people need to make DeFi easier to get into. So people are like, I don't want to use exchanges. They need to, like, crypto education needs to go up, because I feel like a lot of this stuff will be avoided if centralized exchanges get regulated and people get into DeFi. Those are the two things. I think, because DeFi, like, what can they? No one can touch your shit. Like, that's blockchain. Like, unless they have your keys.
What is
good.
DeFi specifically?
Decentralized finance. That's what it means. It's just
like,
there's no central authority.
Of it?
Like, what do you mean? Like, I mean, I think that
you mentioned websites. What kind of sites?
Oh, like Shiba Swap or like Uniswap, or like, these are like places you can go to swap crypto. So it's like, oh, all right, I have 100,000 USDC, and I want whatever that is in Bone. You can go there, sign a smart contract, put the numbers in, and they'll like take the money out your account and then put Bone in instead. So you swap it. It's just like a centralized exchange on your phone. It's just more, it's not as easy as just texting on your phone. And it might actually be at some point that easy. It probably is now. If you link your ledger to your phone.
I just hope that the community element of it just stays true. Because if too much money gets involved, the community element, and I think that's what most of these projects are based off of. At least from my experience in it, it seems like most of them, like the way that people talk about getting into a good project, there has to be a good community around it.
Yeah, community element is big. People like the Terra guys, weren't they called lunatics, or like they were called Terra Luna guys? They're called lunatics, or Shib. There's the Shib army. Like, people get like worship these coins. Like, they get like cult like followings. You know?
Yeah. I remember Dogecoin, bro. That was the first time we ever experienced anything surrounding. I mean, at least for me, anything surrounding.
Dogecoin was my first like full rating in crypto.
Yeah.
Didn't know what I was doing. Bought at the top, lost money.
That's when I started. I hadn't even really been into Robinhood that much. Like, that's when I first started investing.
It's the Greater Fools thing. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, you can say it's awful, but I'm cool with Greater Fools. I'm cool with Greater Fools if I get in at the bottom. That's why I like Bone. They
work, though.
It's already a project that has a top 15 project, building more. They're building more, and it's a gas fee coin for a coin where, I don't know if you heard that Crypto.com showed their holdings in crypto. Major exchange. 20% of all their holdings is Shiba Inu coin.
Crypto.com.
That's all I got to say.
Crypto.com?
Yes, 20% of
like
all
the
their
crypto exchange, like not the crypto exchange,
like the stadium, crypto stadium guys.
Oh, okay.
20% of all their holdings is Shiba Inu coin.
I feel like with a lot of these exchanges, it's the same thing. That's what FTX was, right? They had a lot of their capital was invested in their own coin.
That's true, but they own more Shiba than they do their own coin. I'm pretty sure. I don't even think
crypto.
What's Crow? Yeah, Crypto.com. I don't even think their own coin was more than Shiba. Someone can fact check me on that, but I looked in the comments and they said, "Damn, Crow didn't even make the board." I guess they had like this little like pie chart or whatever, and you know they'll have the name. They'll name like the big ones, but the other Crow wasn't even on there. So people love Shiba Inu coin. So if that love continues, and then you get an article in 2024, Bone is already at like $200, by the way. And you get an article in 2024 talking about Shiba Inu's sister coin, Bone, makes millionaires overnight. Niggas are gonna be jumping in like we jumped in Dogecoin. That shit's gonna go to like $700. I'm gonna be out.
Yeah, that's the magic of crypto, right? Is that the possibility to just make so much money in the blink of an eye. Excuse me.
I've seen it with my own eyes, just with Bone. I would wake up every day and my account was going up by $5,000 like an hour.
Yeah.
It was like crazy. It was like I made more money in a week than I would make in a year. Like some crazy, just off this little bear market. It went up like from 30 cents to like $2.40. And that's like, I was seeing money like in like a 2-day period. It went up to that. And it was just like, damn, like God, every time I check my account, it's up 5K. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of falling in love with the space a little bit, and I don't want it to fall apart. because I want to get more people on board, but I have to also be honest with them and let them know like this shit is a possibility. Like we could lose a lot of this money.
This shit is slot machines. Like
that's why you have to put that shit in cold storage.
Yeah, even in cold storage, the shit is slot machines because the shit might go to zero. But at least that's the only thing you have to worry about
In terms of
is the
securing
shit
it,
going
though.
to zero.